Wow, look at that happy family. Everyone is so warm and loving, and the atmosphere they create is so inviting, isn't it? And that little girl, she looks like she belongs, doesn't she? You don't think so? Yeah, neither do I. Anyways, this is me. Wish I could say I have a family and life as loving, warm, and inviting as the one that you just saw. Unfortunately, things don't go quite that way in my world. Let me show you a little of what I mean. My mom met my dad when she was 35. My dad met my mom when he was 17. After about 7 months, my father started to realize some things about my mother, and not just the fact that she was so much older than him. I guess you could say she had a bit of a mental problem. He decided that it would be best if he broke it to her easy one night at dinner. So he did. My mother was not happy. She needed some kind of leverage, something she could use to tie him to her, something he couldn't let go of that would keep him in her clutches for life, so he would have to be with her forever. She formulated her plan. And one fateful night, sadly, for my father, the rash last-minute decision to swoon left him unprotected, and my mother wasn't about to let him pull out when he needed to. And thanks to the amazing events of that night, I was born. My grandparents were very disappointed with my father. My grandmother especially, seeing as how the woman whom my father just conceived a baby with was nearly the same age as her. As for me, I grew up torn between my two parents. Nothing more than a child born of technical rape and a tool used for excuses and revenge between my mother and father. I didn't mean anything to them. My mother's plan to use me as the reason for my father to stay with her didn't pan out the way she intended it to. My father still refused to be with her, and they ended up going to court to settle their differences. My mother exacted her revenge not only by gaining custody of me, but also embedding into my mind that my father was a horrible person. To make matters worse, my mother let me visit my dad every 2 weeks, only to show him just how much she has made me hate him. To my mother, I was nothing more than a child support check and a way to agitate my father. To my father, I was just nothing more than the child support check. Oh, those two. They say a name holds power over you. A name gives you an identity. My name's been stripped from me.